So I'm in half guard. Like I said, we're going into our half guard series over the next couple weeks. First thing we're going to work on is transitioning up and using half guard offensively for a reversal or for a sweep, right? Couple things. One, we're always on our side. We're never flat on our back. You're just not. There's never a time that I can imagine in jiu-jitsu, especially in half guard, where I go, all right, Corey, please lay flat on your back for me. Like, I'm just not there. If you're ever flat, realize you're terribly wrong. My bottom leg is engaged into his knee. My top leg, I generally like to have my knee right on his belly button or right in his solar plexus with my feet prayed together. Kind of like praying hands, you just put them together, right? All right. So once I get here, I'm using my hands to block him from trying to control my head and do things. All we're gonna do is I'm gonna look to kick this leg through and replace it with my top hand. So this hand, as I kick this leg up, I'm gonna use that to shoot into my underhook. My back hand, I'm gonna post directly in line with my shoulder. This hand coming all the way across to the hip. If you want to grab some pajamas there, I don't care what you get your hands on, get a hold of some pajamas if you want. If not, you're just cupping the hip here. My head, I want to have my unicorn horn stabbed right to his neck. So I'm putting the nice middle part of my forehead right where his jawline connects into his neck. Here. This is dogfight position, right? I'm going to reach over with this back foot to hook his ankle. That's going to allow me to drag that ankle out, push into him with my knees pinched. Now, once we get here, we're going to go over a variety of options of what to do next. Easiest and simplest option. I'm going to change my level just a little bit with my shoulder. So it's in the ribs right now. I'm going to drop it to the hip. My top hand is going to reach for his ankle. My outside hand is going to reach for his knee. I'm going to push in. And as I push in, I'm going to pull this ankle to me. Here, collapsing his base. Now, in all things in life, you want to face your problems. So I'm going to walk to the front, using my head pressure in the chest, taking side control. You can go to the back side. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to prefer going front side, taking that side control. Unless for whatever reason, the person you're facing is just a wizard in side control. Take side and work from there. All right. Any immediate questions on that? I'm gonna walk through it a bunch more times. Right. So I'm here. I'm framing. I'm keeping James away. I'm managing my distance here. Right. I kick myself up. Boom. I come up. Head under that chin. Keeping a good strong base here. My foot drags his ankle out, and I push up and into him, keeping my knees pinched this whole time. Once I'm here, I change my level, ankle, knee, driving in. I'm not just trying to pull his base out, I'm trying to drive over the top of it. That's going to allow me to control his legs, walk past, take your side. Those of you who were here Tuesday, same thing we started with there. Questions on that? Drill her out then. 1, 2, 3. This next one's pretty easy for those of you who have grappled for more than 10 minutes. So I'm here, boom, everything's the same. Boom, I sit up. Make sure we're dragging this ankle out. It seems like a small detail to me this way. But when I'm here, I'm not just sitting up here. You see how that tangles all my legs in? I want to drag this ankle out so this hook can hit the mat. It's going to allow me a lot of mobility and more options as we move forward, okay? So make sure we're doing that because it also helps kill the base. So now once we get here, I push up, I come up here, and James has wrestled before in his life. So he's going to grab that whizzer and he's going to try to put pressure here on my shoulder. He's just trying to hold me in here. So all we're going to do is wait for your mom. Our hand that's in the whizzer is going to come around, out, and we wait. And we use that to take the backpack drill from there forward. This way. Like I said, I'm over-exaggerating the wave, but outside of that, everything else is the same. So I'm here, boom, I'm keeping my frames, pop, I come up. Keeping that good base. I come up, boom, he puts that shoulder pressure in. It's gonna make driving across and picking that knee out very hard. So I don't fight people where they're strong. I fight them where they're weak, because I don't like fair fights. It's fighting fair is for losers. All right. Questions on that? It's just a very simple limp arm out. You're using that forward pressure that he's putting on you to counter what he's doing.
I guess like right before, if your arm gets like caught at all, would you just like go right back to it?
Yeah, you're back. You're still in. So let's say, you know, I'm here, right? Boom. I'm pressuring into James. I'm reaching pit. Okay. My arm's not coming out. Crap. And you may have to run it twice, or you know, 2-3 times to get it. Or you may have to mix some of this stuff. So like I'm here. Boom. I try to change that level to go here. It's not working. Boom. Yeah. I use that to set up my limp arm. Like you can put those moves together. That's why I'm giving you guys, we talk about it, right? You put the chain together. The more links you have there. I'm gonna set up with that first. Oh, I can just drive across and finish that double. He counters that, boom, you limp arm out, Jordan.
He's either escaping or has escaped his leg, like kind of slip it out, would you go for this?
If he's escaping his leg, so boom, if James goes to start trying to drag that knee out, I'm stepping behind him.
Yeah.
And trying to collapse there.
But you're keeping that arm out.
Yeah, I want the hip control at that point because he's given up the hip-to-hip battle we're in right now.
Yeah.
So the only thing you can't do is get your hips higher than his. But if he starts to bring that knee out, I'm gonna stay behind him and start working from there. Because now he's gonna have to really whizzer down hard to get me back in front of him. And it's not gonna help him. The only thing you'll run into there is if I'm in this, right? I'm in here, James is here. Some guys will try to limp out and come out to that front headlock. But even from there, you can still work. Like you're not in the bottom half guard.
So you're like keeping the underhook if you know you won't have control of his hips?
Yeah, if I know I don't have control of his hips, that's how I'm going to control it. Like, think about it this way. It's 2 points of contact to control his hips right now. I have his leg control, which is going to control this hip, and I have this hip control. If I know I'm going to lose that point of contact, I'm going to keep the other one. Does that make sense? Other questions here? Oh, this is if I'm in it. So like if I'm, James gets to this position, what a lot of people, if they're big wrestlers, will do a knee slide here to then turn over and come to there. But the problem is you're going to end up just where James is in a double leg. So because not a lot of people, you can't get that foot out clean most of the time. So James is going to have time to wrap up at least one of your ankles, if not both. So that's going to be where a lot of people are either going to start driving back into you. Like if I'm here, I'm not letting this go easy. I'm driving into you right here, trying to put this whizzer down. And that's where James can limp arm here, boom, and be in a better position. But if I'm not trying to do that, I'm trying to drive pressure in so that I can cut through there like that. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There's always counter to the counter, right? Yes, now you're in a front headlock and you have to work. So, yes, an option. How likely? All varies on your opponent. Other questions there? Chiller out. 1, 2, 3. I'm here with Mr. Hackett. We're doing fun things. Boom, I'm braced. I kick up. I come out to the dogfight position. And he starts to really pressure down, right? I can't really go across. I can't really get my arm out. So all we're going to do, I'm going to put my outside knee on the front of his knee. I'm going to use that to drag his leg back and around. So I'm here. I keep his leg hooked. I'm dragging it back and then around. As soon as I start to feel his base collapse, I drive in and finish. It's called a broomstick. Once you're here, sprawl, walk either side, whichever side is easier at that point for you. Just a very simple broomstick though. The biggest thing here is it's not just back, it's back and around. almost like a hook, like a J motion is what you're looking for there. So I'm here, boom, I come up, boom, James has got real good pressure. Why am I gonna fight that? Here, drive in, boom. As soon as you feel that base start to go, you just drive into him at that point. Once you're here, control the hip, take side control. Questions on this one, guys? Turn this way. So I'm here. So like I said, I'm not just dragging James's leg back, I'm going back and around into him. Back into him is what allows me to kill this hip. Once we're here, if you need to, I like to reach my outside hand into the ankle to start to clear that out. But like I said, you can reach for that knee, that ankle, whichever feels more natural to you at that point. I like to clear that ankle because I like to split people. A lot of people aren't that flexible, and you can use that to drag it out. Yes, Jordan.
What's a good kind of way to think about stopping their knee? Because it feels like, at least when I've been in it, when I'm just watching it, their knee can like kind of come up and give you trouble from coming around.
So just make sure I'm hearing you, right?
Yeah.
So boom, I'm here. Boom, I start to drag this out. I drag in, and you're talking about this knee?
I mean both, honestly, because like I feel like he can get his not his shield up because it's hips. Yeah, like a shin shield up or something
Boom.
like that.
That's what my hip pressure's for.
So you keep me okay.
So once I get his base broke, it's the same as everything else. You sprawl and keep your dick on his, just above his knee.
Yeah.
Kills a lot of that motion. Because once I'm here, James, you know, he can elevate me a little, maybe. But now I'm past his legs. So it's like, yeah, he can start turning into me. But ideal world, you're probably already past his legs. Unideal world, you sweat to top, you might end up in a bullshit half or quarter guard.
So you don't even care about that other leg as long as you get behind the first one anyway.
Yeah, I realize the goal is go from bottom to top and into a pass. Now, am I saying you won't get trapped in a quarter guard or something? No, that's likely, especially the higher the level you go up. But the benefit is it's going to be less likely the more hip pressure you keep. Other questions on this one? Boom, I'm here. I drive up, drag out. I push into him, it's not working. Drag that ankle out. Once again, stop fighting people where they're strong. Go a different direction. You can always change the angle. Forget that movie, the MMA movie from when we were all growing up, High School Pistol.
Not caged.
No, what was it? Never Back Down.
No.
You can always change the angle. Open your mind. It's a great movie. I don't care what anyone says. Don't go back and rewatch it because it's terrible now. Don't go back. Leave it where it was and it's great. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, don't go back. So I'm here. Boom. I sit up. Everything's going well. But for whatever reason, James just has that overbearing pressure where he's just driving into me and there's not much I can do, right? My outside hand is going to reach and I'm going to tuck my shoulder like I do for our forward rolls. Now, I'm not saying we do forward rolls for a reason. It might be a useful motion, Paul. I don't know. Who knows? These are mysteries that I may never be able to solve. I'm going to get a good hip grip here. This hand reaches. Ideal world, it cups this ankle. Every once in a while, you're not going to get it. You just reach and cup that thigh if you don't. I'm here. I roll over, and I look to pull him not directly to the side. A lot of people try to pull him this way. I want to pull him at that 45, like I want him in that corner. Here. Once we get to top, draw. Make sure they let go, because if not, you're just getting up your arm. Fuck the arm. So, I'm here, and fighting, doing all those fun things. Boom. I come up. I'm going to push into him real hard, too. Because I like guys who put a ton of shoulder pressure in here, because they just bait into this. I'm going to push in real hard. He's going to put that shoulder pressure. I'm like, oh no, you're so strong. I don't know what to do. It's really tragic. Boom. You get out, you're inside. Good things start to happen. The biggest thing that you guys are going to mess up is when I'm here, I'm not trying to pull him this way. I'm trying to hit that roll and pull him through that roll. That's the biggest thing that'll slow down that roll. So if it's feeling clunky on that roll, fix that angle. That's about 75 to 80% of the problem, most of the time. Questions on this one?
Like up by the butt?
Up the volume.
You said you can get that when you grab up by the butt?
I'm grabbing like mid-thigh. Kind of just cupping that, you know, that almost ape hanger thigh like we do for deep half or anything like that. It's just getting a good grip of something over there. You can get away without a grip. Like I'll hit it half the time and I don't need the grip. If I do this right, like the grip doesn't make or break it. Yes, I'm keeping that leg in between my knees the entire time. Yes. The hook helps. It's not. If you have everything else right, it's not mission critical at that point. Other questions on this? Driller out. 1, 2, 3.